it's me, Sam Sadler, here with Curtain Call Reviews. We are in the rehearsal room for brand new musical, Military Wives. Let's talk to some of the cast and creatives.
I'm Debbie Isaac, and I'm the writer and director of Military Wives, the musical.
Hi, I'm Rachel Wooding, and I play Chrissy.
So my name's Sydney, and I play Sarah.
My name's Adrian Hansel, and I play Luke in Military Wives.
I'm Joe, and I play Adam and Jamie.
My name's Kayla Carter, and I play Faith.
I'm Emma Crossley, and I play Bex.
I'm Ashley, and I play Terry.
My name is Jessica Daly, and I play Jen in Military Wives.
We've just seen a little snippet, and it's absolutely amazing. Literally, I was trying not to cry. What was your inspiration behind this incredible piece?
Well, I would see in the original documentary, so during the Afghan war, you know, they made this documentary about the wives who had been left behind and how they made a choir and rose to fame in a way by singing at the Royal Albert Hall and getting a Christmas #1. And it was such an extraordinary story, real story. I really thought it would make an amazing musical.
And can you tell us a bit about your characters?
I play Chrissy. Her husband Dale's gone off to war, but they're not in a great place, and she's surrounded by all these women who have their own struggles. She's very trying to be, empathetic and support them through things. She feels all those things that she feels, but she's still not sure if she has a marriage when he gets back.
Faith is I think she's sweet. She's a Christian wife, very in love, and she would do absolutely anything for her husband.
Her name's Bex, so she used to be a soldier. She's got a wife, but I guess back then it would have been civil partnership because we're in 2010. And they want to have a baby, so they're doing IVF. So obviously all the struggles that come with that, trying, while then your partner has been sent off to war.
And I play Terry, who's married to Simon. They have been married for some time, expecting the first baby, and he's been whipped off to Afghanistan, so she now finds herself kind of going to be doing this on her own. We kind of explore in the show the loneliness that some of these women feel because they move around a lot and don't necessarily get to know people. So that's been fun for me to kind of explore Terry finding friendship and love with all the other women on the patch.
So I play Luke, and I'm actually married to Faith. We've been married for 5 years, and our relationship is very, very strong. He's a very strong character. He's been away on war a couple of times, so he's kind of used to it within a certain, obviously, extent of it. But we've got a good relationship and we're deeply in love.
I play Sarah. She's a newlywed, so she's just got married to her military husband. It's her first time on a patch. She doesn't really know much about the lifestyle and what she's really getting herself into. So it's just about the turmoil of that and learning all about her new life, but also her husband being sent off on his first tour at the same time.
Jen is a mother of 4, and I think out in her marriage she's the more chilled out one, almost to her detriment sometimes. Her husband's kind of like a panicky Pete. She's very caring, she's very loud, and she's kind of like the mother figure within the group.
It's a nice mix, really, isn't it? You've got a couple of Southerners in there, a Midlander, about 4 Northerners. Military Wives come from all walks of life, so we've got our posh one, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got our rough around the edges one.
I play Adam and Jamie, and it's interesting dealing with this is their first tour of Afghanistan, and it's interesting taking on the excitement and hope and thrill-seeking they feel going off to Afghanistan, because obviously we know what the reality is.
Like now we're so used to, you can get your phone out and you just text your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever. They can't do that either. You can't just call them if you need to speak to them or text them. There's a whole process, and they have to have all the comms working, and they can all go down at any moment. We're really lucky to be bringing this to everyone. It's an honour, I think. What do you think, Emma? What do I think?
We also met some of the military wives, and they came in to see us in the workshop process and at the start of our rehearsal period. So I think actually getting to meet them and speaking to them, some of them that are still in choirs now.
It's been very emotional in the rehearsal room. I think it's because we all feel like we've got such a responsibility to, this isn't just some made up story.
These women really are living these lives, so we have to do it justice. There's a very fine line between comedy and offensive, and you have to hit it right.
On days when I feel a little less connected, I think about all of those women and like how they found a purpose. They all came from very different backgrounds and very different walks of life and had different things going on, but they found purpose via this choir.
Think about how we deal with things any given day, how you feel. Do you know what I mean? All those emotions, and there's nowhere to put it. There's nowhere, you know what I mean? There's anger, there's sadness, all sorts. It's, going round your head all the time. And I just think it makes for really good stories.
And that's why the choirs, I should say, around the whole country are so important, because it gives them release, it gives them a bond with people that they probably wouldn't speak to.
I can attest to the male side of this. I think we all forget about the impact the war in Afghanistan really had on the UK. It's certainly getting to tackle that side of it alongside of the inspirational story of the wives forming this choir and going into the success that they had is difficult, and the research doing that was it's nothing like real life, and you kind of forget the impact that they must have gone through and the struggles they must have gone through, and then subsequently what the wives must have gone through to support their partners going through such harrowing stuff.
When I first heard that song, the Military Wives song at the Christmas, I had goosebumps and I had tears in my eyes. Like, it's absolutely heartbreaking and heart-wrenching, and sadly this is still going on now.
This is it, it resonates, doesn't it? The theme of war, I mean, how pertinent is that right now?
The Military Wives story did happen a while ago, but all the bad, upsetting things that's happened with that happened way before that, and can't believe that we're in a place now where it's still happening now.
Even more that you want to find through this terrible experiences of people some joy and some human element, and comedy does that. I think what Debbie does really well, it's like a knife edge of tears to laughter, and people have to get through, and that's maybe how they do.
It seems like now there's new things every day, and it's just, it's horrendous.
There's so much going on in the world just now. It could be quite easy for us to tell this story and be a bit, we're here again. But actually what Debbie has done brilliantly, as she always does, is the show as a whole, we're really building it to pick up the kind of upbeat side of it, and there's a lot of comedy in the show as well as tears, so we're balancing it out a little bit.
It has that really cheeky northern energy, which is hilarious.
Because the women move around a lot, so it was important that there was an anchor for the north, and that some of the women had come in from other places because they do move around a lot.
If they're watching, we need them to love it.
And we want them to feel like they're being
represented properly.
The characters are really relatable, so hopefully if you're in the audience you'll recognise at least one of those women, hopefully all of them, and relate to them in some way.
I feel honoured, actually. Yes, pressure, it comes with the territory, because it's, this happened, this is happening.
It's very emotional. There's not a day where we haven't cried in this process.
If your day is just endless from the minute you wake up and there's what have you got? What's your purpose? This has given them a purpose. And everybody, I just think as humans, we all need a purpose.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need something to do.
It's kind of heavy to because you really want to portray these stories in a really truthful and respectful way.
Why should we see the show?
Because it's gonna be bloody brilliant. That is why.
I think it's an emotional journey, but it's full of actually truth, hope, love, and the message of these women finding friendship in the darkest of times.
When we're thinking about what's happening in the world right now, oh my gosh, it just makes you, it brings it home. It really brings it home.
I think you hear the title Military Wives and you think it could be quite dreary, very depressing, but it's actually so uplifting, and there's emotion in it, of course there's going to be, but it's so comedic at the same time.
Because first of all, I'm not talking about myself, but the cast are actually insane.
Tears, laughter, joy, warming of the heart.
I know it's the Military Wives and it's about the military, and it's a really important story, but it will actually be a really fantastic night out for any walks of life, be it your girlfriends, be it your other half, your husbands, families. You can come to see it and you will laugh. It is very enjoyable, it's very funny.
It's also really important to learn how to deal with challenges in life. I think, whether it's a massive thing like a war, or whether it's your own personal struggle on a day-to-day basis. We all need other people, and we all need song, and we need anything that heals us, singing, laughter, humour, warmth, friendship. We need these things to help us through our lives.
Adrian Hansel's voice alone is a reason you should buy a ticket, actually. I know he's my husband, but shout out.
And it's also filled with loads of songs that you love and that you know. And you can go home and sing them when you get home, not along with us.
An emotional roller coaster. I knew a lot of people before, but we've also brought into the squad Bobby Little and Rachel Wooding, and they are mind-blowingly talented.
You will leave the theatre feeling moved, but also have such a laugh.
And a true heartwarming story.
It's not a massive cast, but there's enough, and everyone's got, we see a bit with everybody's story.
It's important, it's relevant, and it's really, really special.
And also telling the story of a true story of the fantastic, military wives who are very much involved in the show and who are, singing their hearts out even to this day.
So we're just going to sing some songs.
Very well.
We're going to bring the bangers,
A lot of people are going to know the songs as well, so it's going to be a really great night out for even as on top of all the emotion as well and the intensity everyone's going to feel. It's going to be a really, really fun night out, and there's loads of songs everyone will know, and maybe some that people don't know.
It's life, it's death, it's song, it's community, it's friendship, it's empowerment. The ingredients are all there, for a magical night, at the theatres.
I think it's just really important just to tell those stories and to keep telling them, because it's, unfortunately doesn't seem to be going anywhere.
It's about big things, but it's also about small everyday things that help and empower the audiences that come.
All these ladies kind of came together and music was their kind of saviour.
Yeah.
How important is music to you?
What? It's the reason. It is. It just, wow.
The music plays a massive part, of course, it's a musical, but it's also a sung musical because it's a choir.
Yeah.
So they sing these songs and they get better through the show. So the first time we hear them sing, it ain't that good, sorry. And then they get better through the show.
Yes,
so
you kind of grow with them.
You grow with them, yeah. And then you really root for them and you love it by the end. And, I love all that journey stuff. I love to move through with the characters.
I think particularly in this show, there are some moments where we have to try and be so present and find ourselves in the emotional depth side of it. So say if the tears flow, they flow, but I think the music really helps with that. I know there's certain times in the show where if there was no music, I'd find it really hard to sort of stir that emotion on itself. The music just really helps that.
I've never met a person who isn't moved by music, whether you're crying in church like Faith or whether you're crying at a festival, music moves people and it brings people together. I think I'm a vocal coach on the side, and I always say singing is so good for the soul. It doesn't matter if you want to be a singer, but I think singing is so important.
I think of music as like a glue kind of thing, and I think we can all come into a room feeling different emotions and coming from different places and dealing with different things. But as soon as you step into a room and everyone's experiencing that music for the first time, it's something that brings everyone together.
Music for me is just in everything that I do. I find myself singing everywhere, in the shower, driving the car.
No matter what job you do or from whatever walk of life you come from, I think music always brings people together. And also there's always one song, if not millions of songs, that someone will love. Doesn't matter what genre it is. And I think it's amazing that playing one song can make you feel extremely happy and extremely elated, and then also one song can actually bring you to tears, and you can just be literally by yourself listening to a song. And I think that's what's really powerful about songs, but also this story, because it's the songs and the people that brings them together then to deliver songs that are straight from the heart.
How did you come up with the songs?
Well, I work with George Dyer, who's the musical supervisor, arranger, composer, genius extraordinaire. I've worked with him a few times, and we really share a sensibility about music. And we looked at the story and said, what's the emotion here? What song would really express the feelings of the woman or the man or the piece right at this moment? And we just shared ideas.
I mean, George Dyer, who's our musical supervisor, arranger, MD extraordinaire, just does such wonderful things with music, and I find myself in this room just with all the goosebumps and all the feels.
And the way George's orchestrations and his of all the songs are fantastic. But what I love most about it is just even throughout the scenes. It's sometimes we'll be doing the scenes and I'll notice halfway through I'm doing a scene and George is just improvising, underscoring the whole scene, and it just increases the intensity of everything.
It's his arrangements, I think, that make it so magical. It's like they're all pop songs, really, but the treatment he gives them, they just become heightened and I mean, they're already beautiful songs, don't get me wrong, but he sort of takes it to another level.
I can be in the most awful mood and music will pick me up, or I can be in a fine mood and music will make me go, oh. It just supports everything.
It's scientifically proven. It's like somatic healing. Yeah. Singing is one of the best things you can possibly do to improve mental health and well-being in general. I think what Debbie is also really good at is bringing a community of people together that represent all of those various walks of life and experiences.
So the show is at York Theatre Royal, people, which is in York. And it's on from September 10th when it previews till September 27th. So it's not a very long run, but it's a brand new musical. You'll be the first to see it anywhere in the world. It's a world premiere.
It's going to be a treat.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And yeah, good luck. And fingers crossed it comes to the West End.
Yeah.
So I think there's a gap in the market for this kind of thing.
That's the goal. That's what he said. Listen, you heard it here first.
Of the Vista Village Fete, I give you the Military Wives Choir!